Welcome everybody back to another Redstone tutorial. In this video today, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build a magic armor closet. So this contraption puts a twist on the classic armor stand swapper. As you can see, when I press the button here, the armor inside the closet will swap. And the thing that makes this really give off that effect is the door actually hides the swapping process, so it actually looks like the armor is magically changing. However, it's actually just a simple armor swapper. And at the top we also have some storage with some barrels, so you can actually use it as a proper closet. In order to construct the magic armor closet, you are going to need 23 redstone, 4 redstone torches, 6 repeaters, 4 sticky pistons, 1 block of redstone, 2 barrels, 1 button of your choice, 4 armor stands, 2 slime blocks, 2 spruce doors, 2 spruce stairs, 11 obsidian, 2 spruce slabs, 4 spruce stripped logs, 8 spruce trapdoors, and 64 blocks of your choice. To start this off, we are first going to build the closet. This just makes it easier when you're building it inside of your own house, that you can actually choose where you want it to go rather than building your house around the contraption. So we're going to go ahead, grab out the trapdoors and the stripped spruce logs. So what you want to first do is build a 2x2 with these stripped logs, and these go into your wall. So you want to cut out a 2x2 in your wall and simply replace it with those logs. Then on either side of these 2 blocks at the front here, this is actually where the armor stands would be. We're going to go ahead, place trapdoors, and then make sure you're facing towards it. And then we'll do the same on the other side here. So shift or crouch as well, so you don't actually activate the trapdoors. We'll go ahead, right click these now. Grab out the barrels and place them at the top here. Again, crouch and then right click. Then we need to go ahead, go up to the top here, and then place the trapdoors at the top. So crouch and then place them like that, flat. And then we can go ahead and just close those. Now grab out the slabs, and we're also going to be using the sticky pistons here. Go ahead, dig out these 2 blocks there, and then dig 2 more down. Dig 2 blocks forward like that. Sticky pistons at the end there, and then place the slabs on the top half of the sticky pistons. We're going to go ahead, just get out of here, but just break that block there. Now I'm going to build a wall, so let's grab out the oak planks or your blocks of choice, whatever is your wall here. I'm just going to go ahead, create something around like this. And then on this right side in particular, we're going to go ahead, extend this out a little bit further. So it should be something like this. Then what we want to do is not on this block which is behind the trapdoor here, but the next one over, we're going to go ahead, destroy that, place a redstone repeater. Then in front of that repeater, we're going to go ahead, crouch, right click the front there, place a block, grab out the spruce stairs, place one at the top and then one at the bottom, but upside down. Place our button on the front. We're going to come around to the back here. We're going to place 1 block here, repeater, and then grab out our block of redstone, place that behind. Now I'll let you know why we're doing this later in the video today, where I explain how the contraption actually works. But next, what we need to do is dig a 6 wide by 8 long by 3 deep hole. Now where do we start? Well, you want to go ahead, come in front of the closet here. So you want to come in front on the left side here. You want to go back 2 blocks, so 1, 2, and then 2 to the left. 1, 2. Dig down, and then we're going to go ahead 5 to the right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back to the start. I'm going to go 7 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go ahead, just dig under here like that. And then we should see on the other side our broken blocks. Dig out the blocks in the center here. So you should be able to safely dig them all out, except for the ones obviously we've already placed. And then simply dig this down 2 more layers. Then what we need to do is under these pistons, we want to place 2 blocks like that. Get out our redstone torches. Place those on top of those blocks, and we should see that the pistons will now extend. And then we want to dig out these 2 blocks in front there, place 2 obsidian there and then 2 above. Dig out those 2 blocks there, place obsidian there, 2 obsidian, and then another 2 on top. Dig out this block and place obsidian there. Dig out that one, but instead we're going to place a sticky piston facing up, and then place our 2 slime blocks in the hole there. Dig 2 blocks down here and place a redstone repeater going into the piston, and then make sure you click that 1 time so it's on a 2 tick delay. We're going to go ahead, cover that up now. Make sure you don't right click the repeater because timing is essential in this contraption. Place a block there, dig out the one to the left, and we're going to go ahead, grab out the redstone dust now. We're going to place it in this hole and then go in this direction. And we're going to stop when we get just before this block here. We're also going to have redstone which goes into this block here. Going into this piece of redstone wire, we're going to go ahead, place a repeater, and then right click this once so it's on a 2 tick delay, and then we're going to have a repeater going into this block, and again set that to a 2 tick delay. We're going to go ahead, dig out that block, sticky piston facing upwards, oak plank or your block of choice on top. Leading into this block, we're going to have a redstone repeater, redstone dust, and then a block here, and then have redstone dust going all this way towards the front. We'll have one going into this block here, and then go around and then have one going into the block there like that. On top of these 2 blocks, we're going to place redstone torches, and then coming back this way, we just need to connect this wire here up to that repeater. So we'll simply go ahead, break that block there, and then we'll place a block just here. Lead that up like so, very simple. And that pretty much covers the wiring. What we need to do now is place down 2 of our armor stands on here. We just want to test if this works so far. So 2 armor stands there. We're also going to place oak planks in front of the slabs there. And then go ahead, press the button, and we should notice that the armor stands get pushed down. And then if we press it again, they should come back up to the top. And there we go. And now we're not completely done. We still have the doors left over. What you want to do is come onto those 2 blocks there. And then we're going to stand. We actually need to stand on the inside here. So we might just go ahead, remove the armor stands real quickly. What you need to do is simply just place it on the right hand side of this block here. And then for this side, place it on the left side. And they should basically be in an open state. So if you do bring up F3 and you look over to the right, it says opened, and it also says powered, which should be the correct state. And the same for the other one as well. And then finally, we can go ahead, place our armor stands back in. So we'll go ahead, place 2 in like that. And then we need to press the button. So that sends them down. And then we'll go ahead, place the other 2. And there we go. That is pretty much it. Now all you have to do is cover this back up. So we'll go ahead, fill this in. Now be very careful at this point here. If you do want to cover this hole up, you can put a half slab, or you can put a half slab here, and then you can use carpet over the top, and that won't cut off the redstone at all. But I'm not going to do that. That's kind of up to you if you want to take it that far. This is something that you would probably put behind a wall and cover it up so nobody would ever see it. So go ahead, cover this up. You don't have to worry about cutting off any sort of redstone or anything at the front here. And there we have it. All you've got to do now is just put some armor on the armor stands. You can, if you want to, only have 2. So maybe you just want it to show. You could get rid of these. If you press that, then they show. Or if you press it again, it will actually hide them. So that's another thing you can do with this as well. One thing I would like to actually point out as well is maybe you don't want these doors automatically opening and closing. So something you can actually do is simply just break this redstone here, and then you won't actually have these doors automatically open. So if we go back up to the top here and we press the button, as you can see, the doors will not react anymore to the redstone and will stay open, or if you want to close them, you can do that as well. But that kind of ruins the effect, so I'm going to go ahead, place it back. It's supposed to be a magic closet, so it kind of hides what it's actually doing.
Now we are going to move on to the next phase of this video where I explain how the magic armor closet works. But before we do that, if you guys have enjoyed this tutorial so far, I'd appreciate if you could go ahead, drop a like down below, and also subscribe and turn on them bell notifications. Now I want to apologize, I've been recording this video over a couple of days and I'm actually sick now, so I apologize if my voice is a little bit different or a little bit deeper. But besides that, let's go around the back here and let's first talk about this redstone block and repeater and what this is actually doing. So this is just simply permanently powering this trapdoor here, because if we actually go ahead and we take this away, you'll notice that the trapdoor is now closed, and every time we press the button here, it's just going to keep opening and closing it. So to prevent that, we just simply power it permanently, and it no longer reacts to the button here. Next, let's take a look at how all the components underneath work. So when we press this button here, we simply send out a signal. We have a repeater here because obviously this block here is powered. If we were to put redstone there, this would be powered permanently as well, so we don't want that to happen, so that is why our repeater's there. It sends a signal all the way down. Let's go left here first. So when the signal comes down here and powers this redstone, it turns off these torches, which closes the doors. We want this to happen first before any of the armor stand swappers are activated, because we want to hide the mechanism of how it's actually working to give off that effect of it being magic, and it looks like it's just simply swapping the armor, not actually moving some armor stands around. Now coming over to the back, this here is a simple redstone pulser. If you remember, there's actually a sticky piston underneath here. Now there is a term for this, I forgot exactly what it's called because I haven't done a redstone tutorial in quite some time, but basically it sends out a pulse of redstone. It doesn't keep it turned on, it just sends out a pulse of it. So we send a signal into here, it powers this repeater and that repeater and holds this redstone on for 2 ticks. These power these 2 blocks, turns off those torches, which retracts the pistons and makes the armor stands from the top there fall down. We also have redstone coming this way, and if you remember, under this block we have a repeater, and what this does is it powers this piston, which sends up the armor stands that are underneath. So this is happening simultaneously, so these armor stands fall down, and at the same time the armor stands that are on the bottom get pushed up. So it's kind of like swapping them essentially, and that's why it's called an armor swapper. And again, yeah, this is the part that is very heavily dependent on timing, because if it's set to 1 tick earlier or 1 tick later, it won't work correctly. Now at the time of explaining all that, the button is still actually pressed in. When it actually unpresses, the redstone simply just turns off, these torches turn back on, opening these doors back up, and these don't matter too much over here. These actually get reset back into this position straight away because of the 2 ticks of redstone that get activated. And if we go ahead and we press it, you can kind of see this redstone here will stay on. But if we take a look at the redstone at the back there, as you can see, it kind of just pulses real quickly. It doesn't actually stay on like this redstone at the front there, and that is because of the redstone pulser at the back. But that is going to end off this redstone tutorial today. If you guys haven't already, I'd appreciate if you could go ahead, drop a like down below, subscribe if you would love to see more redstone tutorials, and I will catch you guys for another one real soon. Bye!